All right, here we go with Chapter 3 of Ready Freddy Thanksgiving Turkey Trouble. Chapter 3 is titled, And the Turkey Goes to... What do you guys think? What's your prediction? Who's going to get the turkey? Let's find out. The next day at recess, everyone was talking about the play. I can't wait to get our parts. My mom says that I should be the star of the show, said Chloe, tossing her strawberry blonde curls, smiling her best movie star smile. Of course she does, Jessie whispered. She says that I'm the prettiest and the most talented girl in the whole class. I started to giggle. What's so funny, Freddie? Asked Chloe. Why are you laughing? I'll tell you why he's laughing, Max interrupted, because you are crazy. I am not. You take that back right now, Max Sellers, or I'm going to tell Mrs. Whooshy. Max stamped his foot and imitated Chloe. I'm going to tell Mrs. Whooshy, he whined. We all started giggling. Oh, stop that. Oh, stop that. Stop copying me. Stop copying me. Oh, you make me so mad I'm going to. I couldn't wait to hear this. What could she possibly do to the biggest bully in all of kindergarten? What are you going to do, Max snickered. Punch me? Boys and girls, we've been talking about bullying in our lessons, and I hope that you are realizing that Max, yes, is bullying because he is treating Chloe poorly and unkind over and over again. And we know that we need to recognize bullying, and then we need to ask for help in getting it to stop. And so Chloe and her friends, when Max bullies them, they definitely need to ask Mrs. Whooshy's help, but then to use their strong, respectful voices to say no. Chloe's face got redder and redder. It was almost the color of her red hair. I thought steam was going to come out of her ears. In a huff, she turned and ran toward our teacher, calling, Mrs. Whooshy! That girl is something, said Robbie. Besides, said Jessie, I don't know what she was talking about. There is no star of the show. And Mrs. Whooshy's not giving us our parts. We are picking them out of a hat. Do you have to remind me? I groaned. What's your problem? My problem is I don't want to be the turkey. The turkey? What are you talking about? Susie did this play when she was in first grade, and last night told me that someone in the class has to be the turkey. Said Max. Freddy is a turkey. Freddy is a turkey. There he goes again, Max teasing and calling names. Hey, I wouldn't be laughing if I were you, said Jessie. What if you have to be the turkey? Yeah, that would be the perfect part for you because you already are a big turkey. Max walked over to me and got right in my face. I could feel his breath on my cheek. What'd you say, shark freak? I could hear my heart pounding in my chest. Did I just call Max Sellers a turkey? What was I thinking? Yeah, what was Freddy thinking? Boys and girls, we know that the best way to deal with a bully is not to copy and do what they're doing. Freddy started teasing back. Was that a good choice? No, it wasn't. He could crush me with one hand. Jessie stepped in between Max and me and poked her finger. He said you were a turkey. Wow, Jessie was brave. She always stood up to Max. He never pushed her around. Maybe someday I would be as brave as she was. But today was not the day. I just took a few steps backwards. That was a close one, said Robbie. I know. And so, boys and girls, Jessie came up and used a strong voice and simply said what was happening. And with her strong voice, she was able to end the argument that was happening. What were you thinking calling Max Sellers a turkey? I don't know. Just then the bell rang, signaling the end of recess, and we all lined up to go inside. Max, were you copying Chloe? Asked Mrs. Whooshy. Well, yes he did, Mrs. Whooshy. Yes he did, said Chloe. Chloe, I am talking to Max right now. You need to be quiet. Huh, said Chloe, putting her hands on her hips. Now, Max, it's a simple question. Did you copy Chloe or not? Yes or no? Yes. What was that? I didn't hear you. Yes. I have told you many times not to tease the other children. You have a timeout, and when we go inside and pick our parts for the play, you will be the last to pick. But that's not fair, said Max. Oh, it's very fair, said Mrs. Whooshy, and if you want to complain, then maybe you don't have to pick a part at all. Max stopped arguing and dragged himself inside. Even he knew he'd better be quiet if he wanted to be in the play. We all sat down on the rug except for Max, who had to sit in the timeout chair. Okay, boys and girls, I know you have been waiting all day to pick your parts for the play, and now is the time. Jessie squeezed my hand. Good luck. I squeezed back. Good luck to you, too. I hope you get the part you want. Here's how it's going to work, said Mrs. Wishy. I have written the parts down on pieces of paper and put them in the hat. When I come around, you will pick one, and only one. The papers are folded, and I want you to keep them that way until everyone has had a chance to pick their part. When everyone has a piece of paper, I will say 1, 2, 3, look. Then you may look at your piece of paper. Understand? We all nodded our heads. Any questions? May I pick my part first, Mrs. Wishy? Asked Chloe. No, I'm just going to go down the rows. John will pick first. As Mrs. Wishy got closer and closer, my heart was beating so fast I thought it was going to pop out of my chest. Okay, Freddie, it's your turn to pick. Come on, Indian, I whispered to myself as I felt around and picked out a piece of paper. I hope it would be lucky. As Mrs. Wishy continued to walk around, I squeezed the paper tightly and rubbed my lucky shark's tooth. At last but not least, said Mrs. Wishy, Max, you get to pick the last one. It's not really picking when there's only one left, Max grumped. As I said before, you don't have to have a part at all. It's the turkey. I just know it, said Max as he pulled out the last piece of paper. Did I skip anyone? Asked Mrs. Wishy. We all shook our heads. Okay, then, the big moment has arrived. 1, 2, 3, look. I closed my eyes, unfolded the paper, opened my eyes, and I thought I was going to throw up. There it was in big letters. Turkey. Turkey. So Freddie got the turkey. All right, what is the setting of the chapter? All right, there were 2 big settings. One, the first one was recess. They were on recess at the beginning. And the second one, they were in their classroom. Good. And what was who are the characters? All of Freddie's classmates. So you guys can all name all of Freddie's classmates as well as his teacher. Yes, but no mom and dad in this chapter. And then the main idea of chapter 3. Well, what did we find out in chapter 3? What was the new part of the story? We found out who got the part. So the main idea was that the class was picking their parts for the play. And we found out that Freddie got the turkey. All right, we'll find out if Freddie is going to be able to handle being the turkey for the Thanksgiving play.